The fourth generation of Vocaloid voice bank started with VY1 V4, a fantastic release and a great example of the new capabilities of the V4 engine. But the December 2014 release for the V4 engine was a big surprise. It came out of nowhere, and there were rumors that even Vocaloid companies didn't know precisely when the new engine would be launched. If we look back at the launch of the V3 engine, it was revealed in the summer of 2011 and released October 21st, 2011. And it launched with 4 V3 products: Mu, CU, V3 Megpoid, and VY1 V3. 6 more Vocaloids were released that December. So within 2 months of the release of the V3 engine, we had 10 Vocaloid products available for it from several different companies in Japan and overseas. Clearly, Yamaha worked with the other companies to make sure that products for the new engine would be ready close to the V3 release date. Then we look back at the V4 launch and we see that VY1 V4 was the only Vocaloid release for the new engine in December 2014, and that none were released in January 2015. Yeah, it really seemed like Yamaha caught the Vocaloid companies with their pants down, because 2 months later, only one other V4 Vocaloid product went on sale. That was the first Vocaloid release of the year 2015, Cyber Diva, developed by Yamaha itself and released on February 4th. The fact that 2 months after its release there were only 2 V4 products available was strange, and they were both made by Yamaha, which further evidenced the lack of communication between Yamaha and the rest of the Vocaloid developer community. But that's not nearly as interesting as Cyber Diva herself. We all became aware of Cyber Diva only a couple weeks before she went on sale, and the reveal of a new English Vocaloid always gets Western Vocaloid fans excited. Oh, didn't I say that Cyber Diva was an English Vocaloid? Well, not only that, she's an American English Vocaloid. Yes, for some reason Yamaha decided on its own to develop and market an American English Vocaloid, and that's the most normal thing about Cyber Diva. In an April 23rd livestream with AtH software, some Yamaha developers seem to confirm that Cyber Diva is internally considered to be VY3, the third entry in the Vocaloid Yamaha series, although it should be noted that B-Plats was not involved in Cyber Diva's development like they were for VY1 and VY2.
ぐらいですかね、もうやってる感じですかね。サイバーディーバって実はVY3 だったんですよ。ああ、そうです。
あ、なるほど。だから VY シリーズだからこそ、はい、名前は変わったけどやっぱ担当されてたってことなんですね。
そうなんですよね。でそれでアメリカにいきなり VY3 って売るのもなんかちょっと3かなみたいな。どこだよっていうことですよね。だからちょっと名前変えてサイバーディーバーって名前にして海外で売っていこうと思ったので名前変えたんですよね。まあ VY シリーズの担当をしてますと。
ということは VY シリーズ流れのサイバーディーバー。
そうですそうです。そうですね。
The VY series is sort of how Yamaha sets standards for the Vocaloid franchise. At least I'm sure that's how Yamaha thinks of it. So Yamaha went the extra mile with Cyber Diva. In previous English Vocaloids, the development process that Yamaha had created for them had some notable flaws, which caused many errors in the Vocaloids it produced. While English Vocaloids have certainly improved over the years, they all had similar underlying mistakes in their voice bank databases that made using them a bit difficult, and it meant that the Vocaloids didn't always pronounce words properly. Yamaha wanted to come up with a method that would eliminate these problems and produce English Vocaloids with greater clarity and realism. Their testbed for this new process resulted in Cyber Diva. Michael Wilson, one of the developers of Cyber Diva, shares many details of Cyber Diva's conception and development, and you can read his interview response on Cyber Diva's website. It's a very informative and interesting look into Vocaloid development that you should definitely read. One of the important elements in this new process was the creation of a new English recording script. Recording scripts are the scripts that the voice provider sings to record all of the necessary sounds for a voice bank. Yamaha experimented with new English recording scripts in 2012, with the version used by Cyber Diva being finalized in April 2013. This new recording script fixed many of the issues that plagued previous English voice banks, such as certain sounds not corresponding to the proper phoneme symbols. CyberDiva's voice bank was recorded in 3 pitches, with 3 additional pitch recordings that focused on vowels, and her voice bank contains 231 triphone recordings per pitch, more than any previous English Vocaloid. CyberDiva's voice bank also has a schwa phoneme recorded, which is something most English voice banks don't have. The result of Yamaha's hard work is that CyberDiva is the most understandable English Vocaloid so far. Her comprehensibility is CyberDiva's finest quality, and it's a very large step forward compared to previous English Vocaloids. That's not to say that you can't make other English Vocaloids understandable, you certainly can, but CyberDiva can do it much more easily. In that regard, Yamaha gets an A+. But in other areas, Yamaha doesn't receive such high marks. CyberDiva's clarity compared to previous Vocaloids is wonderful, but it wasn't achieved without sacrifices. Because of the focus on correct pronunciation, CyberDiva's voice is not particularly expressive or emotive. I have also heard criticisms that she sounds like she's speaking more than she sounds like she's singing, which may contribute to that effect if you agree with that assessment. CyberDiva is designed to emulate American pop-style singing, and I think she does it well, and she can display some emotion when she's allowed to draw her vowels out. In songs where she's singing many words quickly, then yeah, she can sound a bit plain. And speaking of sound, the tone of CyberDiva's voice seems to be a hot-button issue. People either really like it, or really don't like it. I'll let you decide for yourself how you feel about it, but I will say I suppose it is good to have a youthful female voice, as we don't have too many of those in English Vocaloids. I kind of think of CyberDiva as Sonica 2.0, although CyberDiva is clearly aimed at the professional market. I just think of their voice types as a bit similar. Because of her young, popish voice, using CyberDiva to growl isn't recommended by her developers, but she does have growl samples if you wish to use them. Of course, since she only has one voice bank, CyberDiva is not cross-synthesis capable. As is so often the case with English Vocaloids, CyberDiva's voice provider has not been revealed. At least, not by Yamaha itself. The woman who voiced CyberDiva revealed herself on Instagram after the voice bank launched, but the post was later removed, no doubt at Yamaha's request. So I won't say her voice provider's name in this video, but if you know how to use the internet, you won't have any trouble finding it. I will say that she is an American expat who lives in Japan, and she has an absolutely adorable voice. It's a shame that CyberDiva at default settings doesn't quite capture how cute and sweet it is, but with some tweaking, it can get close. CyberDiva's voice provider was one of 2 singers competing to be chosen, and she was directed to change her voice to sound more like the other singer in certain ways, so the voice bank isn't a great recreation of her natural singing voice. Her voice provider is also very beautiful, which should be no surprise as she is not only a singer and voice actress, but also a model. But curiously, she's not the woman representing CyberDiva on the box. It's odd because her voice provider's hair really does look like that, so I'm not sure why they decided on using a different model. CyberDiva's box photo also elicits a strong reaction. Some love it, some hate it. I have mixed feelings about it myself, but there's no doubt that those sunglasses are pretty sweet. And of course, the name CyberDiva has its critics. It's definitely difficult to shorten in a satisfactory way. Most English-speaking fans shorten her name to Cyva, and though her avatar doesn't have an official name of its own, some like to refer to her as Athena due to one of her demo songs. Because her box features a photo, CyberDiva doesn't have a character design either, so fans have come up with many different concepts and a lot of them are pretty good. According to Mr. Wilson, CyberDiva was originally completed around March of 2014, but because Yamaha decided to release the V4 engine at the end of the year, CyberDiva's team went back and added growl samples to her voice bank in August of 2014. At those points, the development team handed off the completed voice banks to Yamaha's marketing department. Well, Mr. Wilson, I can tell you that you and the rest of the dev team did a wonderful job on CyberDiva, but the marketing team is really letting you down. For the rest of you, let me set the scene. We have a high-quality English Vocaloid, a project that was considered to be quite difficult by those working on it, especially knowing that if the product wasn't satisfactory, it would not be sold under the Yamaha brand. Though this Vocaloid was made by Yamaha Japan, it only has an American English voice bank. This Vocaloid was designed for the professional musician market, as evidenced by the name of the product and its box design. Yamaha has been posting Vocaloid 4 advertisements in English since January, stating that Vocaloid 4 is coming to the US in 2015, as well as this YouTube ad that really rubs me the wrong way.
Human beings are still singing? We're in the digital age.
I love you. You love me.
So imagine American Vocaloid fans' surprise when Cyberdiva was released February 4th, exclusively in Japan. Cyberdiva did get added to the English Vocaloid store in March, so the rest of the world could purchase her. Only as a download, no option for a boxed copy, but that's better than nothing, right? So come on, my fellow Americans, let's go buy Cyberdiva.
Please note, this product is only available outside the US.
Science fits with slap chop 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 chop. Science fits with slap chop. You can be in a great mood all day.
So yeah, let's talk about the most controversial aspects of Cyberdiva's release. Despite being an American English Vocaloid seemingly designed for the professional American market, she is still not available for purchase by Americans, and it's almost May. Now, I know that we Americans often act like we're the only ones in the world that matter, and it's probably fun for you guys in the rest of the world to see us squirm when other people get a product that we don't, since it's so often the other way around. But this is just bizarre. Why would an English Vocaloid be released in Japan before any English-speaking countries? Though, to be fair, this isn't only a problem with Cyberdiva. None of the current Vocaloid 4 products on the English Vocaloid store can be purchased by Americans. Apparently you can upgrade to the V4 editor if you have the V3 editor and you purchase the upgrade, but if you try to buy anything else V4, then it will prevent you from purchasing it if you live in the US. Certainly there's nothing stopping you from importing the products, but that process isn't going to attract new customers. Basically, Vocaloid 4 has not been released in the US yet, and that's why we can't buy Cyberdiva. I can understand Yamaha's reticence in the US market. While there are many Vocaloid fans in the US, there aren't many producers. Americans just don't buy many Vocaloids, and during Cyberdiva's development, Yamaha's marketing department said that it believes Cyberdiva would sell more copies in Japan than the US. American musicians simply don't care about Vocaloid. I'm sure Yamaha has some sort of plan to change that, and I hope it succeeds. I really do. But they aren't doing themselves any favors by frustrating all of their fans. But as disappointing as it is, I get why Cyberdiva was released in February, even though Yamaha wasn't ready to sell her in the US yet. March was going to be an important month with 2 big Japanese releases, and beyond then a new English Vocaloid could pop up at any time. Zero G and Power Effects have expressed interest for years in making Vocaloid specifically for the American market, and there's one specific upcoming American Vocaloid that could be released anytime in 2015. So it was either release Cyberdiva before March, or risk her release converging on another English Vocaloid. Even understanding all that, I still think US fans have the right to be a little angry. But let's move on and try not to dwell on negatives. Cyberdiva and the V4 engine will be launching in the US sometime later this year, so let's look forward to that. I'd like to say just a couple more things before I finish up though. While Cyberdiva was basically ready to be sold over a year ago, Yamaha had still not shared its new recording script and development process with other Vocaloid companies as of her release, February 2015. That means that any English Vocaloids currently in production will likely not have the same pronunciation as Cyberdiva, and they may retain the quirks of previous generations. Also, it should be noted that Cyberdiva is not the first Vocaloid with an American voice provider, as Big Al's voice provider was also an American. Many English Vocaloid voice providers are instructed to sing with American English vowel sounds, even if the Vocaloid won't necessarily be marketed to Americans, such as in the case of Yohioloid and Miku English. But Big Al's Americanism is all natural, so don't call Cyberdiva the first.
The moment is right, so don't wait. Get ready to fight when I say break free of the chains that hold you back. React and plan your attack. Brace yourself and run into the battlefield. Move on, don't falter. Plan your pursuit and charge on ahead. And I will be your shield. Go on, release the goddess inside you. In every star, in every moon, in every Nina, there lives Athena. In every star, in every moon, in every Nina, there lives Athena. In every star, in every moon, in every Nina, there lives Athena. From the deepest oceans to the shallow shore, you will hear her cry, the goddess of war. From the deepest oceans to the shallow shore, you will hear her cry, the goddess of war. There's nothing, we started out friends. It was cool and it was all pretend. Yeah, yeah. Since you've been gone, you dedicated, you took the time. Wasn't long till I called you mine. Yeah, yeah. Since you've been gone, and all you'd ever hear me say is how I picture me with you. That's all you'd ever hear me say. But since you've been gone, I can't breathe for the first time. I'm so moving on, yeah, yeah. Thanks to you, now I get what I want. Since you've been gone, if you want it, take it. I should have said it before. Try to hide it, fake it. I can't pretend anymore. I only wanna die alive, never by the hands of a broken heart. I know I wanna hear you lie to me, never to become who I really are. This is the part when I say I don't want it. I'm stronger than I've been before. This is the part when I break free, 'cause I can't resist it no more. This is the part when I say I don't want it. I'm stronger than I've been before. This is the part when I break free, 'cause I can't resist it no more. It started with an honest little crash. Oh, boy, I didn't know what I was in for. Oh, and I didn't think it amount to much. Oh, baby, you left me wanting more. And I'm repulsed by the way you keep me hooked on this game. I don't know what to do, to do, to do, to do, to do. I'm hypnotized by the way you always know what to say. I can't live without you, out you, out you, out you, out you. I can't speak, I can't breathe, I'm hanging on by a thread. I lost all sensibility, you've bewitched me, I'm obsessed. I can't speak, I can't think, I feel I'm losing my head. Oh, you got me addicted. I am considered merciful, for my status as a queen. My kid love is at peace, all the grievance with peace. Everything is just how it should be. I can satisfy everyone. That's a mental head to face. Yet want to mind it may when there's a will, there's a way. But it's not too hard to put an under a back in the place. There will be no revolution, not really happiness on for that. Nor will the cheap plans to overrun you, but a minor nuisance, not really happiness on for that. I will not fall to more anarchy. Listen and do as I say, something surrender and behave. Without me, like I'm going to my will and obey, 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 obey. The bliss that resonates in your presence so softly ignites the flames that radiates deep in my heart from the echoing words you whispered, from the twinkling in your eyes. I sensed a slight and different movement, overflowing emotions. That halo of yours is so brilliant. Let's match the cadence of our pulse to the rhythm of our thoughts. Between us, thousand sparks fly and illuminate the sky. Mommy, seated tight, I can read you like a magazine. And it's funny, rumors fly, and I know you heard about me. So hey, let's be friends. I'm going to see how this one ends. Grab your escort and my hand. I can make the bad guys good for a weekend. So it's gonna be forever, or it's gonna go down in flames. You can tell me when it's over, if the high was worth the pain. Got a long list of ex-lovers, they'll tell you I'm insane. Cause you know I love the players, and you love Johnny. Cause we young and we're reckless, we'll take this way too far. It'll leave you breathless, or with a nasty scar. Got a long list of ex-lovers, they'll tell you I'm insane. But I've got a blank space, baby, and I'll write your name. Oh, how you wish that you could touch her. You know you can't reach her, and through it all there's something that I wish I could say. Sympathy is something that's reserved for those moments when your mind and your heart reach out to somebody else. to turn up out of the blue uninvited, but I couldn't stay away, I couldn't find it. I had hoped you'd see my face and that you'd be unminded, but for me it isn't over. Never mind, I'll find someone like you. I wish nothing but the best for you too. Don't forget me, I beg. I remember you said sometimes it lasts in love, but sometimes it hurts instead. Sometimes it lasts in love, but sometimes it hurts instead. Yeah. I have to find a way to make this all okay. I can't believe this small mistake could have caused so much heartache. All alone, all